What's up everyone watching the studio, and welcome back to the journey through War Robots. And today guys, I want to show you the top 6 best light weapons to produce in the War Robots workshop. And if you just in case if you guys didn't know, this is a third-parter of the best weapons to get series. I've made top 6 best heavy weapons and top 6 best medium weapons to get in the game or in the workshop in past videos. So this is going to be the last video of the season, of the best weapons season, and this is also going to be a video in the top best playlist that's also you can find in my channel as well. So the top best playlist will have all the videos I made on the top best stuff to get, and so go check that out if you want some ideas on what to get. If you're unsure about what robots to produce or what weapons to produce, go check those videos out that I've made on my channel. They're all there, you can find them in my channel. And yep, so one thing I want to point out to you guys before I start, the gold miner challenge. So basically, if you haven't seen my last past videos I've made, I've talked about the gold miner challenge, and it's basically a challenge where you have to collect as much gold as possible, and you cannot spend one single bit of gold. And as you guys know, I participated in the challenge and I failed. I got up to 6,000 gold, which is the highest I've ever gotten in War Robots, and then I spent it on a new drone chip and some pilot skills. But as you can see, I'm starting the gold miner challenge again. I'm almost up to 3,000 gold, which is pretty good. And yeah, so hopefully you guys can join along and maybe tag or maybe write in the comments hashtag gold miner and how much gold you're up to now, and maybe how long you've been doing it for. Is it 2 weeks you've been saving up your gold, or 2 months you've been saving up? Who knows? You can write that down all in the comments below, and I'll be sure to give it a thumbs up. Okay, and let's begin with the top 6 best weapons, light weapons, which is the main point of this video. So let's just go here. And before I start guys, I know you're probably thinking, oh, but Scorch is better than some of the weapons in this list, or I don't know, those new toxin weapons are probably better than some of the weapons I'm suggesting in this video. But this video is all about producible weapons, so weapons that you are able to produce in the War Robots workshop. So not newish weapons, but pretty old weapons, but pretty easy to get weapons basically, which is what I'm trying to show you guys today. So don't think I think that these are the best weapons in the game. These are just easy to produce weapons that I'm showing you guys. And let's get into number 6. And in number 6, first weapon is the Blaze. So basically the reason why I chose the Blaze is it does do a reasonable amount of damage for a weapon, but it has a lot of negatives. First of all, it has kind of a smallish range. 350 meters it is quite of a long range, but the annoying thing about the Blaze is that it is very inaccurate. So you've got to like have the enemies locked down, or you've got to have them like very slow or standing still to be able to do good damage to them. But if they're very fast, like Fafnirs or Orochis, or basically most of the robots in the game, you're going to have a very hard time hitting it. So that's why the Blaze is in number 6, and also the reload time as well. Even though 5 seconds isn't that long, it's very long in battle. So the reload time does cut it down. And also the other thing cutting it down from being a good weapon is it needs to reload pretty quickly. So it has about 10 seconds, I would have to say, of fire time, and then you've got to reload for 5 seconds. So you're reloading for half of the fire time basically. But the Blaze does do quite a lot of damage, and it has a reasonably short reload time compared to other weapons. So that's why it's in number 6, but it's also the reason why it's not further up, because it's pretty inaccurate. You've got to have a very good aim, you've got to have very good skill in order to use the Blaze. And that was number 6. Coming in at number 5, guys, is, guess what it is? Drum roll. It is the Rhyme. And the reason I chose the Rhyme, guys, is it does an insane amount of damage when you first start firing. It has not really a long range, but it is very accurate. If it's more accurate than the Blaze, and it does a lot more damage than the Blaze. And you're probably thinking, wow, reload time 17 seconds. If you guys don't know what the Rhyme is, it reloads ammo slowly, but it you can fire while reloading. As you can see here, you can reload while firing, so it automatically starts to reload. You don't have to empty your whole clip in order to start reloading like the Blaze does. It just automatically starts to reload. So that's what's good about the Rhyme. And it of course has freezing ability as well, so whenever you hit the enemy with the Rhyme, you will cause a freezing effect. 100% effect accumulation, and it lasts for 5 seconds, which is pretty long. And it damages all targets and shields in explosion radius, so it has splash damage as well, like the Blaze, but I'm pretty sure it has a wider splash damage. Yeah, so the Rhyme is a pretty good weapon. It's good to have, say, on the Scorpion, where you can get really close to enemies, or the Orochi, or the heavy version of Rhyme, which is Glacier on the Orochi. So basically fast robots are good for this of the Rhyme. The only bad thing about the Rhyme though, guys, is that once you've fired all your firepower, it takes such a long time to get all that firepower back. And you can keep firing. It does have kind of never-ending firepower, but it has very slow firepower as you start to get rid of the clip. So it regenerates ammo pretty slowly, so that's the only thing that's setting the Rhyme back, and also the range as well is kind of setting it back. But apart from that, it does a lot of damage, has a cool freezing effect, and just in general, really good weapon to have on a Blitz or maybe a Scorpion or something like that. And that was number 5. Number 4, guys, is, let me try and find it, is the Shredder. And the reason I chose the Shredder is that it can do an insane amount of damage at far range, and it does have 5-second reload time, but that's okay because it does a lot of damage and it is so accurate. Like, these things are very accurate to hit an enemy at 500 meters range. It's a very accurate weapon. And also, the other good thing about the Shredder is that it creates lockdown effect, and it's very good at accumulating effects as well. So if you have a drone microchip that locks the enemy down or freezes the enemy or suppresses the enemy, this weapon can do that very quickly. If you have the drone or if you have a pilot skill, this weapon can do accumulation effects really quickly. And I don't know why it says slowly shoots all ammo, because it shoots the ammo pretty fast in my opinion. It goes and then you have to reload. And the reason why this weapon isn't farther up in the list is, the only thing basically is that it has to reload pretty quickly. So I think you can only fire for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then you have to go into a 5-second reload time, which is basically the only bad thing about this weapon. But apart from that, really good weapon. Very good for long range robots, like sniper robots such as the Ares. The Ares is really good. If you have a Shredder and maybe Pulsar, that's a very powerful sniping setup. So this thing can go on quite a lot of sniping robots, and also brawling robots as well, because it can do an insane amount of damage. And it's very accurate, just in case I haven't said that before, which I'm pretty sure I've said it a lot of times. So yeah, this is a really good weapon. And before I go on to number 3, guys, I just want to point out, if you are enjoying this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It would be a huge help. Just 1 subscriber per day would just be the world to me. It would really make my day to just see 1 more subscriber to the channel, and it'll make me really happy if you could just subscribe right now. All you have to do, hit that subscribe button. That's all you have to do. I don't post that many videos. Don't worry, I won't spam your YouTube notifications with all my videos. I only post about a couple a week. Can't say what specific time, but only a couple a week basically. And yeah, so it'll just make my day a lot. Please support me and try and grow my channel a lot. And yeah, now that is basically it for me. I'm talking about my channel. Now let's get back to the topic of the video. Coming in at number 3 is the new weapon. It's a newish weapon, but it is producible in the workshop, so it does count, and that is the Magneta. I think it's Magneta. So basically, light medium range energy autocannon with a special feature that immobilizes the target after a certain number of hits. So basically, it's a lockdown weapon, such as the Pulsar. Like the Magneta is basically the same as Pulsar. It can lock the enemy down. It has a very big long range. 600 meters range is a lot. Does an insane amount of damage, and its reload time's 5 seconds, which isn't that bad. It has 100% effect accumulation, and effect duration is 5 seconds. So say again, if you have a drone microchip for like freezing effects or anything. This magnator will accumulate it very, very quickly. And it has direct fire, so it's very accurate and can lock the enemies down. So you don't need a pilot skill or a drone chip in order to lock the enemy down, because this weapon has a built-in lockdown ability in it. And yeah, and the weapon shoots all ammunition and then reloads basically. So it has a magazine, so you can't reload while firing, which is not that bad, but still would be good if you could. And this weapon's really good. There's not really much bad things about it. I'd say the only bad thing about it is that it has to reload quite a lot. You do fire your you can fire your weapon fairly quickly. I reckon the weapon will last about 5 seconds, and then you have 5 seconds reload. So it's not that bad of a reload time. So in general, this is a really good weapon, very good long range weapon, does a lot of damage, and it's good for, again, the Ares with Pulsar, or just any like sniper robot. What's another robot that you could use maybe? That's all I could think of for now, but it'll probably come to me. So yeah, even the Blitz maybe you could run the magnator on, because it can be used as a brawling weapon because it has a fairly quick reload time and does a lot of damage. And it can accumulate the effects. So say if you're running to about 3 enemies, you can you could suppress them all and then do lots of damage to them. So this weapon is very powerful. Alright, coming in at number 2, we are getting close to the end of this video, and this weapon is really good. This is like the best weapon in the game, best producible weapon, I'd say. And it is, let me try and find it. I don't actually think it's here. Actually, I'll try and find it here. And it is the Scatter, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, it's a light sonic weapon that fires directional sound waves. The damage caused by this weapon can't be repaired in the field. So basically, once you do damage with this weapon to an enemy, the enemy can't heal his health back. So this is the only weapon in the game that does that to enemies, that doesn't allow them to heal back. So it's a pretty powerful weapon, does an insane amount of damage. Even though the range is 200 meters, which is really like a very small range, its damage is just insane. And its reload time's fairly quickly, because it can shoot while reloading. So for reload time that can shoot while reloading, it's very quick. Has direct fire, so it's very accurate. Rapidly shoots all ammo, which is another good thing. It just gets all its ammo out there and just does an insane amount of damage to the enemy. And can shoot while recharging. Said that, and weapon deals extra damage to max robot durability. So if you have, say, a Femria, the Scatter will do extra damage to that robot. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. And so yeah, so this is a really good weapon. Highly recommend getting it for basically any robot. Blitz, Femria, not Ares though, because Ares doesn't have that much health to be a brawler. Ares is more of a sniper, definitely. But apart from that, basically anything. Scorpion, definitely. Scatter on the Scorpion. Super good. And also Devastator, which is the heavy version of Scatter, is really good on like the Orochi, for example, or even the Aljun. Like it's good on basically any robot, which makes this weapon so powerful. The only thing that's putting this weapon in second place is its range. But if it had 300, 400, 500 range, this would be number first easily, or first place easily. But it isn't, it's in second place. And let's see if you guys can guess the weapon that will come in first place. I think it's pretty obvious, and that is the Quarker. Compact energy machine gun with unlimited ammo. High accuracy makes it effective at medium range, but the gun overheats and becomes less accurate after long bursts. So basically, the Quarker does a lot of damage because it shoots its ammo really quickly, has 500 meters range, really good, really accurate gun or weapon, accurately reduces after long bursts. So we'll get to that later, but basically the good thing about it, shooting with energy cells, direct fire, and the gun doesn't require reloading and can shoot indefinitely. And you're probably thinking, wow, this is such a powerful weapon. How is it like not being banned from the game because it's so powerful? But if you can see the bottom bit down here in its properties, accuracy reduces after long bursts. So its accuracy starts to reduce after long periods of fire. So I think after about maybe like 7 seconds of firepower, its accuracy starts to get less and less good, and then all of a sudden your weapon's just shooting all over the place, like everywhere. So its accuracy does reduce after long bursts, but if you are super duper close to the enemy, like right up in their face, you can just keep firing and keep going and going with firing, because you don't need that much accuracy to fire at a robot that is very close to you. So this is a good brawling weapon and a good sniper weapon as well. So it has long range and does a lot of damage, and it shoots its ammo very, very quickly, so it goes, and yeah, it's a really good weapon. And the reason I chose this over the scatter is because the scatter doesn't do as much damage as the devastator or the what's the other weapon called, havoc. But if it did do as much damage, then it would definitely be in number 1. But the Corker just does a lot of damage and very fast as well. And yet that was number 1. And this basically concludes an end to this video. So I hope you have learned something, and I hope you've learned a lot about these weapons that I've showed you in this video. And hopefully now you know what you might want to produce in the workshop and get for your robots. And yeah. And one more thing I want to talk to you guys about is, I said this in my last top best video, and I'll probably say it in future videos to come. If you are still watching this video, if you are watching till the end, I want you to put #IStayed in the comments below. That will tell me that you have stayed for the whole video and that you have watched the whole entire video, and that you support my channel and you want to watch most of my videos, and you're not just here to watch a couple minutes of it and then leave. You actually want to stay and pay attention. So again, if you're hearing this right now, write down in the comments #IStayed, and I'll give your comment a thumbs up, and that will show my appreciation to you. So yep, #IStayed. Do not forget that. I'll write it in the video description down below. #IStayed. Comment that, and that'll make me very happy. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck on the gold miner challenge if you are doing it with me. I have started again, as I said at the start of the video. Hopefully I'll get up to like 10,000 gold or something. You never know. And yep, thank you for watching, and have a good one. Peace out.
Let's get lit. Party. Let's get lit. Let's get lit.